there.
Yeah.
As much as I like them staying together.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. They had them kind of show that dissension in the beginning of Raw, where they had Reigns and Ambrose fight, and Ambrose walked off, and then during the match, when the Wyatts jumped in and started beating up Reigns, Rollins came in to make the save, but obviously they still had one more person, so they were still getting beat down. Ambrose came out and made the save, so you saw the Shield unite again.
That's true,
so
yeah.
They're kind of playing this roller coaster.
They're going back and forth on it.
So it'll be interesting to see if they continue with keeping them solid, or will there still be that tension between them?
And lastly, at the very end, you see Lesnar come back with Paul Heyman into the ring. And as usual, Paul Heyman's pretty good on the mic. He's one of the best, well, he's not a wrestler, but one of the best managers on the mic. And anyways, talking about how they're getting disrespected and Brock Lesnar deserves to make history and be a part of history, and all of a sudden you hear the famous Undertaker music and the crowd goes crazy.
Oh yeah, that place went crazy.
It's always great to see Undertaker back. I mean, you know, it's only usually a once a year type of thing. I mean, or he'll be back for a couple weeks, and after WrestleMania he's gone for until the next year. But the thing is that even though it's always good seeing him, and he's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, he's a legend, I don't know, I just wish that they ended the era with him, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H. What do you think of that?
I definitely see your point, but what I'm going to say is if he can still go and he's fine physically to wrestle, I'm okay with the once a year kind of thing for him, where you're building up a character to face him that goes after the streak. Obviously that's been the reoccurring story every year for 5, 6, 7 plus years, but as long as he's able to put together a decent match and physically he's able to go out and compete in the ring, I say keep going with it, as long as he's able to put together that match and physically be okay. I worry about this match with him and Brock. Brock's bigger, he's a stronger wrestler. Obviously he has the mixed martial arts background now, and he's pretty imposing, and I know he roughs people up in the ring, not just for story and TV purpose, but he's been known to hurt some people.
So even though that was a great moment in the great match with him, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H just walking together outside of the ring, which was an amazing moment for the WWE, I think Lesnar versus Undertaker could potentially be a great match.
That I'm going to have to disagree with you there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I think...
As the Miz would say. Really?
What we're going to get is we're going to get Brock Lesnar. This is my prediction. We're going to get Brock Lesnar beating the crap out of the Undertaker. He's going to keep putting him down and putting him down. Taker's going to keep getting back up. Eventually, Taker's going to hit a couple moves, probably take 2 or 3 tombstones, and win the match. Again, that sends the crowd home happy. The crowd wants to see Undertaker win. That's what they're going to get more than likely. I would be shocked if they throw the curveball and have Brock Lesnar win. I'd be pretty mad if they had that too, because I think, my personal opinion, Punk should have ended the streak, not so much Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
If that's what happened.
What are they up to, 22-0 or something?
If he beat Brock, he would be 22-0.
Oh, okay.
But as far as the match itself, I think it's just name alone, Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, that's going to carry the match. I think the match itself is not going to be very good. Again, you're going to have the crowd behind Undertaker, and then Brock Lesnar has a nice following too. But as far as the wrestling in the match itself, it's not going to keep my attention, other than to see if what happens. It does Brock pin Undertaker.
Eat, sleep, conquer, repeat.
Apparently, Jimmy John's, because that's what's on.
We'll see if Brock Lesnar conquers Undertaker, maybe for some of the matches he was saying, but most likely the end result will still be Undertaker winning.
Definitely.
And what are your predictions? We talked a little bit about WrestleMania, but what are your predictions for next week's Raw?
Next week, I know we have the guest star on
March 3rd edition, March 3rd, 2014.
We have the guest star of Aaron Paul for the Need for Speed movie.
And Breaking Bad.
See, I'm not a big Breaking Bad person, but I know people were going nuts over it. So
I've only watched a couple episodes. I'm not a huge fan, but I know he was in that.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're going to do with him because I've never heard of this guy. But it's obviously going to be, the celebrity guest host. So he'll be involved in some backstage stuff. As far as what I've been reading, what I've been hearing, there's a rumor that they're going to have a Shield versus Wyatt's rematch.
That'd be cool.
That will be, again, another great match, I think. Seeing another one of those won't hurt anyone, obviously. But what I'm interested is seeing how Chicago is going to react with or without CM Punk being there. Because as we know, CM Punk walked out of the WWE because of the differences the two had. Now, there's still some speculation whether or not it's part of a bigger story, or is he legitimately pissed off and just fed up with everything. I think if we go through that Raw and Punk's not there, I think Chicago's going to be very vocal, and I don't know what they're going to do, how they're going to... It's
going to be interesting.
It's... it might not be the best situation. I think WWE really needs to make sure that they stack the card by putting good matches and good people on the card to keep that crowd happy. Because again, Chicago loves Punk, just like most cities, but especially in Chicago,
his hometown.
This guy is revered as like a god. So it's going to be interesting to see if, in fact, he's not there, what they do to compensate, and if he is there, what does this mean? How is he going to fit into WrestleMania? Who is he going to feud with? Obviously, it has to be someone related to the Authority. Maybe you mix him up with Triple H again, or does he get thrown into Batista versus Orton somehow? I think if it is a storyline, I think that's what they're shooting for. I think Punk will come back, he'll drop his pipe bombs, and then somehow insert himself into that Batista versus Randy Orton main event that we're getting. Because that match alone, with just those two names, is not going to carry much.
It's going to be boring.
It's going to be the other names and the other matches that are in WrestleMania that's going to carry that show.
I think it would be amazing if he comes back next Monday and he gets thrown into the mix for WrestleMania. How's this for a suggestion? They throw us a curveball and have CM Punk face Triple H, and they're like, you know something? We're going to give the people what they want for once and throw Daniel Bryan in make it a triple threat match between Batista and Orton.
That could be something. The original plan was for Punk to face Triple H, and from what I was reading, the original plan for Daniel Bryan was actually to have him face Sheamus again, which, if you remember from WrestleMania a few years ago, Sheamus beat him in like 5 seconds flat, which is the biggest load of crap ever. But anyways, before I go off on that, right now it's looking like you're going to get Triple H and Daniel Bryan, and if Punk's going to get mixed up somewhere, it'll probably be in the WWE title match. Again, they could also throw us a curveball, and who knows where else they could fit him.
Now,
that's if he comes back.
If CM Punk does not come back, what's going to happen is, throughout the course of the night, or most of the night, especially during boring matches, you're going to hear the crowd chant, CM Punk! CM Punk! CM Punk!
The chance
the whole night.
That this past week or so have kind of died down a little bit since he's left, but they're going to come right back up.
It's going to have a resurgence.
Because the first night that he walked out, or the week after, they were chanting all night, and then they would have to cut to commercial just so you don't hear the chant. But you're not going to be able to do that in Chicago. You're going to have to do something else. Whether that's get him back, do something, or just load the card up with great stuff where the people are too exhausted to chant CM Punk. So
Now, if this is all a ruse that he's pretending to leave and they're just making this a storyline like in the past, this would be some genius plan.
Oh yeah.
But if this is real, then this really sucks.
Yeah, no, I agree. When I read that he was walked out, I wasn't surprised because I know the direction WWE was going. But also, I know from everything I've been reading and we've all been talking about as a community of wrestling fans, is he wasn't happy because of everything WWE's doing. So my hope is that it is a work. It's part of a bigger story, just a great story put together by Punk and WWE, and it's all going to come ahead on Monday, and he's going to be back, everyone's going to be happy, and blah, blah, blah. But it also wouldn't surprise me if it's legitimate and he needs some time to rethink what he wants to do, whether he wants to play out the rest of his contract until July, or is he going to just go do something else and live his life and pursue other things? We'll just have to wait and see.
It'll be interesting. So let us know what you think, your suggestions, comments, suggestions. Oh wait, I just said that. It's getting late. Don't mind me. And in the section below on YouTube, and feel free to follow me on Twitter, AlexGold14. This has been another episode of Ring Rants.
There you go. You got it. You got it.
I'm tongue-tied tonight. And
it's almost
any
don't worry.
last thoughts you want to?
Just keep watching. For those of you who are Daniel Bryan fans and Punk fans, keep watching. Keep voicing your opinions. And, don't give up. Because this
As John Cena says.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all good. I'll just swing you after that.
Okay.
But yeah, just keep on chanting, whether your favorite wrestler is Daniel Bryan or Punk or even Cena or Randy Orton, just keep voicing your opinions. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Are we going to make more videos?
Yes.
Yes. Maybe.